Hello, good morning everybody and welcome to another episode of Animal Centre Live. I'm here today with the Dagoos. I've got one just, there we go. Hello, good morning. Please don't eat my ear. So you're joining us today. We're actually undertaking a session on animal classification today. And we are starting with mammals, which is why I'm in the mammal room with the Dagoos. Do you want a ferret biscuit? Don't eat my face. There you go. Well done. So we're looking at the characteristics of animals and how they are classified, which is really important. There are so many animals in the world that we have to put them into groups. Morning, Oakley, just so that we can study them properly. So we organise animals, come on then, according to their similar characteristics or their differences. And that can be their physical characteristics. Oh, he's taking my hair with him. Or it could be the way they give birth. So, for example, if they're giving birth to live young, or if they're giving birth to, or they're laying eggs. Morning, Sophie. Morning, Betty Rose. How are you? Morning to my mum. So we're going to be talking about invertebrates and vertebrates today. Please don't bite my face. So we're going to be looking at the 6 groups of animals. So we're going to be looking at mammals, like these guys, and then we're going to go through to birds. We actually don't have birds here, but we've got a very special bird guest. What are you doing? Hello. That's going to pop in just to chat to you about how we classify birds and what makes birds different to mammals, because lots of people get really confused with penguins and things like that. Are you coming down? Lovely. I'm getting absolutely covered in paw prints from Dagoos right now. So we're going to get up and we're going to go have a look at some other mammals. Here you go. Want this other ferret biscuit? There we go. I thought they might be running around in their wheel for you to see this morning, but they're just preoccupied with ruining my trousers. Oh, there we go. Can I have a little run? Oh, gosh. Now, see, the tricky thing will be for me is getting out of here without losing all of the Dagoos across the floor. And that's something that happens quite often, isn't it, Craig? Right, off we go. I've got a Dago on my lap already. Sitting down in the Dago enclosure seemed like a really good idea at the time. Probably not so much now. Right, out we go. Thank you, Abby. Ooh, right, we're out. Way! So, we're looking at the 6 main groups this morning. We're going to be starting with mammals, which means we're starting with Abby.
Hey.
Let me turn you around. Hello. Good morning, how are you? There's actually all 4 of us here today. Just, we've got Laura and we've got Craig. So all 4 of us today. Big plans, big plans. So Abby, where are we starting first?
Okay,
what can you tell us about mammals?
We are in our mammal and bird room. So mammals, like us, so mammals are highly adaptive. They're found literally on every single continent, every single ocean, and every single climate. And that's why they all look so different. So even just looking at, the rabbits that we've got here.
Morning, Aggie.
Compared to the Dagoos.
Aggie looks like she's melted.
Yeah, she looks like she's, conjuring up some sort of evil plan.
She does. That's why we call her Aggie, because she always looks quite aggressive, doesn't she?
So yeah, they all have different behaviour traits, and they've all adapted these highly specialist characteristics, physical characteristics, and also behaviour traits to ensure that they are suited for their specific environment. So one of the big things with mammals is they give birth to live young. Again, thinking of rabbits, tiny little kits, and they're blind, and then all the way through to like something like a giraffe.
And the
it's
rattles.
able to, look after itself from day one. It's like it can defend itself or run away from predators.
Hey, Abby, is it true that there are 2 mammals that actually give birth to eggs?
Yeah, so the duck-billed platypus gives birth to eggs.
Or lays eggs.
Lays eggs, sorry.
What's the other one?
I can't remember what the other one.
It is the echidna. Points for Craig. No points for Laura.
Yeah, and another thing is fur and hairs. Obviously, as mammals, we have lots of different
Abby's obviously got naturally purple hair.
Yeah, but obviously lots of animals have fur. And I know I can hear some of you saying, what about the whales and the dolphins?
What about the whales and the dolphins, Abby?
So whales and dolphins are mammals, but when they are like embryos and developing through pregnancy, they actually have hair and fur at that point. So all mammals at some point in their life have hair or fur.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Good morning, cutie pies. Oh, hey, Blossom.
You may notice that Blossom has lost a little bit of hair because Bernarda's getting a bit frisky in the spring weather, so...
They are power
Rabbits do
couple,
what
aren't they?
rabbits are doing best.
Yeah. How do we know they're rabbits, though? What's an indication of a rabbit?
So one of the big things will be their
Oh,
ears.
there's your little bald spot. Poor little gill.
Their ears, their tail. So you'll notice with all rabbits, they have like a slightly different coloured undertail. So like thinking of rabbits in the wild, they're always sort of this sort of brown colour like Breezy in here.
Yeah.
And then they have the white colour at the back.
Hey, Breezy.
And that's because when they're running along, they can see the white flecks on each other.
I've got a question for you.
Follow each other. Yeah.
What age do live mammal young open their eyes at?
It's all different.
Does depend on species, doesn't it?
Like rabbits, they're blind for at least 2 weeks or have their eyes closed for at least 2 weeks.
Thanks for your question, Louise. That's a good question.
I think so. There's 2 different types of animals when they're born. So fancy words, altricial, precocial. Shout out to them,
Whoa!
please, because they always are tested on this. So precocial, I remember it by saying pre-advanced. So they're prepared to look after themselves from day one. So a lot of those animals are prey species, and they need to do that because they need to be able to survive and run away from predators.
Chinchillas aren't awake yet.
The altricial ones are the ones that are dependent on their mother for a long period of time.
Oh, like
So,
elephants.
elephants, lots of animals like primates, the ones that are more highly intelligent. These are the animals that generally have the neocortex in their brain. So mammals are usually known to be the more intelligent species, and that's because they have this part of the brain called the neocortex, which is to do with self-awareness, tool use.
Let's have a look and see if there's any mammals open.
It's problem solving, they can organise themselves, all of that sort of stuff, which shows that they're slightly higher intelligence. But there obviously are mammals that are less intelligent, but they usually all have the neocortex in them.
I have another question for you.
Yeah.
But actually, we've just had a really lovely comment from somebody called Kelly. Morning, Kelly. She said, hi, do you have an Amazon wish list, please? Because she'd like to donate to us. And I think I've never even thought about doing something like that. That's so lovely. And we actually always need pumps. Yeah, we run out of pumps all the time. I think it's because...
We want to make some cool waterfalls for our amphibians.
Yeah, I think it's because Craig breaks them. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. That's so lovely. So my actual question is from Laura, and she says, what rabbit species is the smallest?
Netherland dwarf, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure, but there's some like a true Netherland dwarf, Sam Livel, sorry if my knowledge isn't correct.
Shout out.
They're actually, they look quite similar to Guinness, wherever it
Good
is.
morning. Good morning. This is a Satin mouse. Oh, 2 Satin mice. There is actually just the 2 in there. 2 boys. Good morning, boys. And then in here, don't know if you can see, you can probably just see my reflection. These are our Egyptian spiny mice. Hey, little monkeys. So you can see they've got massive eyes. That's because they are a nocturnal species. And Laura's going to be chatting to you a little bit about nocturnal species shortly.
Oh, yes. So back to rabbits.
Back to rabbits. There's Guinness.
Is what would be closest to what a true dwarf rabbit would look like. His sort of size and stuff. They are small.
Can they all walk when they're born straight away?
No,
Some mammals can, can't
So
they?
getting back to that altricial precocial, the animals that are precocial, the ones that are prepared for survival.
Fancy
they're the
mouse.
ones that can walk. So think about a giraffe when it's born. It's got to fall about 6 metres or
Yeah.
6 feet, to the ground. And then it's up straight away. It might be a little bit gangly, but they generally can walk, whereas some animals...
Abby's great at dancing. I don't know if you've noticed. It's quite a skill of hers. That's why I hired her. Dancing skills.
Another thing with...
Trying to see if anyone else is awake
mammals
today.
Is, if we're going to go into the nocturnal room...
Yeah. Oh, here's the harvest mice. Everybody asks about the harvest mice. So these are super tiny, and actually, we keep having one escape. It could be this one. Look, so active. They are so small. They can squeeze out of really tiny gaps, and they have this really lovely setup. If Angus is watching, he's always loved harvest mice. I miss you, Angus. Working with you is awesome. But yeah, these tiny. We did have quite a few, but unfortunately, they don't have a massively long lifespan.
A year to 6 months.
Yeah, a year to 6 months. And we've had them since September, October.
And the thing with rodents is that if they can fit their head through something, their whole body will squeeze through.
Absolutely.
So when we first got our rats, it was a problem with the side on the enclosure.
Morning, Kelsey. Morning, Shelby. Right, do you want to quickly pop through to see the sugar gliders? And then we're going to get our special bird out, Craig. I hope you're ready. I hope you're flexing those muscles to catch that bird.
Laura's the one who's got to do the captain.
Wow. It's a stressful time.
So as we're talking, so obviously you'll notice with our mammals, we have
Oh,
got a lot
we'll
of the
quickly look at this if we can.
rabbit.
What skeleton is it?
Rabbit, one of the rabbits.
Not one of our
Not
rabbits.
one of our rabbits, sorry.
Yeah, but look how cool is that? We love having the skeletons for the
So you
students
can really
to look
see
at.
the vertebrae there,
Absolutely.
backbone, and obviously if you feel on the
Those
back of your neck,
legs.
you can feel your backbone. All have 7 vertebrae, so if you're thinking about how long a giraffe's neck is, their actual individual vertebrae are really big. I actually used to have one as a paperweight.
Why would I expect no less, really? We've got some of these lovely posters dotted around the animal centres. This is from this is Squirrel Monkey. Yeah, this is from Operation Wallacea. We're actually taking the students to Honduras next year. In the summer, we're doing a 2-week research expedition, so we're really, really excited about that, aren't we, Abby?
Yes, can't wait.
Right, come on, let's go in.
So another thing about mammals, you'll notice is their size difference. So you'll see that some of them are really small, like the mice. So the smallest mammal is the bumblebee rat. It's 30 millimetres, and the largest mammal is 30 metres. The blue
Hey,
whale.
sweetie pie. So this is obviously our Gambian pouch rat. So these guys are giant.
And you'll notice that all mammals have either their body shape is called a quadruped, so they have 4 legs. And I know you're saying, what about whales and dolphins again? But they did originally evolve from the land. They did have legs, then they've adapted, their legs have turned into fins, so they have all derived from a quadruped. Mammals also have a unique 3, I can go and see if they're in their new bed. They also have 3 middle ear bones.
Oh, he's going back to bed.
Hey.
Hey. Ooh, hi you. Ooh. Oh, Abby's woken up the sugar gliders. If you've ever wondered what sugar glider sounds like, can you?
Gremlins.
They do sound like gremlins. Hello, is anybody in there? Is there anybody out there?
Look, they're just there. Look, there's one. Hello.
Oh, my camera's focusing on the bars rather than on the sugar glider, which is frustrating. Yeah. Off we go.
So because these are nocturnal animals, they have specialist
Look at those eyes.
hearing. So all mammals have 3 middle ear bones. It's only found in mammals. Some mammals have adapted muscles that control these 3 bones, which can dampen the ability to absorb the sound waves, and that's so that they can hear high-pitched frequencies. And that's for echolocation. Not sure if anyone's heard of that before, but echolocation is a form of communication. It helps with animals that are nocturnal, so they can't see where they can fly. So like bats use echolocation to help them navigate around. Aren't they cute?
That's so cute. Not when they're making that noise though.
Mammals are also warm-blooded, so like I said before, they're found in all continents. Don't shout around.
Connection I keep getting, which is really annoying. So sorry if we keep fading out. I don't know if people can still see us or not. Craig, it says poor network connection, which is very confusing because we have our Wi-Fi on, don't we? So Craig, we're doing birds next. This has actually stopped, I think. Oh no, hang on, somebody's put a laugh. Oh, I don't know if people can see or not, to be honest with you.
If you can see, could you comment saying hello?
So our bird, where is our bird at? Oh, it says, oh, we're back on. Sorry guys.
Sorry about that.
Don't know what
Just
happened.
enjoying the best bit. So we don't actually have any birds, but we have rented.
We've got a special guest bird, haven't we?
Laura is just catching her. Laura, you're alright. Do you want a hand?
Yeah, if I can have a hand.
Do you want to go and help her?
Oh gosh, Abby, are you prepared? I hope you've got your PPE on.
Shoes on today?
There's some tools that might come in handy as well. So
Oh,
maybe you could
gosh.
Not
try
used
it.
to being handled, not used to being handled, so we've got to be really careful. We've got to be really careful. I think you need to come this way.
Okay, we'll just, oh, I'm a bit scared. Oh my god, oh my gosh, oh no!
Hang on, guys. I've just got to tell you this.
Oh, be careful, Laura. Oh, gosh.
Okay, I think I've got it under control.
I mean, Craig, seeing as you are the bird expert, I feel like you should. Feel like you should wrestle it off.
Great acting skills, Laura.
So
EastEnders will be cool.
you've got it. You've got. Is it safe to come in?
It's safe.
Okay. Hello,
This is Polly.
Polly.
Polly the parrot. Apparently it's a lovebird, but it looks nothing like a lovebird.
Oh, what's your hand?
Oh, my hand. I thought there was something wrong with my hand. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit about birds. Obviously, we don't have any birds, so please stay with me. I've got a load of pictures.
I'm going to try and get closer to the bird without
Just be
getting
careful.
attacked, really. Oh, God.
Okay, so to be a bird, you need
part-time
a
animal
few
carers.
things. So
I've done
one
my
of them
list.
is feathers. So obviously all birds have feathers.
Yeah.
They also have beaks as well, but there are some other animals, like the tortoise that we've got down there. She's technically got a beak.
She
There are
does.
some fish, like pufferfish and parrotfish, and they sort of
I mean, this is interesting feathers you've got there as well.
and they also generally all have sort of hollow honeycomb bones as well, which is really beneficial for when you're trying to fly. But this is not strictly true for all animals. Some very good flying, Holly, well done. I'll give you a little bit of a treat.
Oh,
there.
I'm crying.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I guess I am just that funny. Okay, so like I said, not all birds have these hollow bones. So if we look first at penguins, so if penguins had hollow bones, they wouldn't be able to get down the depths that they go to.
Absolutely.
To catch their fish. So having hollow bones is not always true. Sarah's hysterical on that.
What's that noise the parrot made?
So not all birds have hollow bones. Another group of birds don't have bones. If I can find that picture. They are in black and white.
Don't have bones?
Sorry, don't have hollow bones. That's what I meant to
Oh my
say.
gosh. So it's just that parrot's too distracting. That's the problem.
So this is a kiwi. This is a member of the ratite family. So ratite is generally a really big bird. So you're thinking of things like the ostrich,
Yeah.
the emu, the rhea, and probably the world's most
Oh,
dangerous
careful,
birds,
Craig.
the cassowary. I might just-
Yeah, cassowaries are really dangerous.
So these guys, again, they're not really going to have hollow bones because these guys can't actually fly. Okay, so these guys instead will have quite muscular legs. So they need really thick bones to help them sort of trudge through. If you're a cassowary, you're trudging through the Australian rainforest. If you're an ostrich, you're sort of walking through the African savannah, and you've got sort of emus that come from. I can't remember what the word's called.
The parrot's called Polly because we let Craig name it, and yeah. The Pantanal in Brazil.
And rheas.
Yeah.
Not emus, for rheas. Emus are Australian. We'll get there in the end. Okay, right, where are we going now? So I thought we'd touch a bit on adaptation. So if we look back at the emperor penguin.
Yeah.
So these guys come from where it's really, really cold. And if anyone's been to somewhere where it's really, really cold.
Oh, Polly, your parrot.
frostbite
People think you're cute.
is quite a concern. But these guys are a really cool adaptation. She's taking fingers off. She actually gave me a scar earlier, you can see it.
Oh no, Craig. Hazards of working with animals.
Our acting right now is being really judged by Shelley.
Yeah.
Looking at us thinking that we're
She does.
silly.
So back to penguins, so these guys come from where it's really, really cold, so they've got an adaptation in their feet. So what they will do is they will cool blood down towards their feet, because obviously their feet is the contact area on the snow and the ice. So what they can do is they can cool the blood going down to their feet so it remains the same as a sort of external environment, so they don't get frostbite on their feet. I haven't got a picture of a Humboldt penguin or an African blackfoot penguin, but obviously there's 17 species of penguin that can be found. Only a few of them come from where it's really, really cold. Species like the African blackfoot penguin come from where it's really, really warm. So what they've got on their faces are little pink folds of skin, and these are really, really useful.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How are you such a good actor? No, that's not the question. How long can penguins hold their breath underwater? Do you know? That is a good question. It might be a bit of a hard one.
I think it's probably about 5 minutes, I would guess. It's not that long. I will look into it, and obviously we'll find out.
We'll come
later.
back to you.
But yeah, I would guess around 5
Yeah.
minutes. Maybe somebody can Google while we're.
Well, my phone's in my hand,
We'll have
looking
a
at you and
Google
Polly.
come back
So
to that. So back to penguins. So like I said, the African blackfoot has pink flushes on their face, which allow heat to escape because they come from South Africa, where it can get really, really hot.
Hey, shout out to everybody in South Africa today because we've got a lot of people watching from South
40
Africa.
degrees
Like my
plus,
lovely sister.
So it's really important that they allow heat to escape. Other adaptations, where should we go first? Let's go turkey vulture.
Ah, see, vultures have a really bad rep, but actually they are amazing creatures, aren't they?
Really, really important. So
Do you like vultures, Polly?
Scavengers.
Ah, that's a yes.
That's a sign of approval.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
again, this is a black picture, but these guys are black with a sort of pinky face. And these guys have arguably the best sense of smell for any bird. These guys can actually smell rotting meat, so something like carrion, from over a mile away.
Awesome.
If anybody's seen David Attenborough programs, he does do a little clip.
We love
on-
David Attenborough, don't we?
He lays a slab of rotten meat in the bottom of the rainforest, and you just watch turkey vultures, probably about a few minutes after, circling the area. And it doesn't take long until they come down and actually find the piece of meat and they start tucking in.
Awesome.
And that is because they've got a large olfactory bulb, which is in the brain, and that helps them sort of process smell a lot better than many other birds.
I've actually
Awesome.
been to a vulture restaurant when I was in South Africa. So we
Well, you
basically-
ate vultures?
No, we didn't eat them. So they call it a vulture restaurant. It's basically you put the slab of meat out for them.
Oh,
and then
I
you hide in a
see.
hide. And we actually got to see a maned wolf. We got to see hyena, Amazon.
Oh.
So many vultures.
She's not that sort of parrot, I'm afraid, Louise. Polly doesn't copy what we say. She has her own vocal method, don't you, Polly? Yeah, so...
Something else about the vultures, just really quickly, which is quite disgusting but quite interesting. When it's really, really hot, because these guys come from South America, so they're New World vultures. The other species that come from sort of Asia and parts of Southern Europe, they're called the Old World vultures. So when it's really, really hot, they've got a bit of a unique trick to cool themselves down. They'll actually put on their legs, and that actually works as sunblock.
Would
well.
you do that if you were hot? No, no.
Well, that's for them,
Polly's
so-
not sure either, are you, Polly?
Okay.
Right.
So now we will look at, let's look at hearing. So I've got another couple of pictures. So this is a great grey owl. So this picture's actually all right considering the colour.
Yeah, apologies. We only have a black and white printer in animal studies.
So this is a great grey owl. So this bird is found throughout the Northern Hemisphere, so parts of USA, parts of Canada, all the way through to Russia as well. And these guys have incredible hearing, and part of that is due to the fact that their head is a bit like a big sort of satellite dish. And
Amazing.
all the feathers face backwards, and they push sound into their ears. And if you look at me and my ears, my big ears,
You don't have
my
big ears.
are symmetrical to my face. But the great grey owl is something the same.
No, Polly's agreeing. Look at your big ears. Yeah, she thinks she's got big ears. Soz.
Very much.
Oh.
But a great grey owl's ears are what we call bilateral asymmetrical. So one could be here, Abby knows, and one could be
Abby
down here.
knows.
And again, this is really, really useful for pinpointing where their prey is, because these guys hunt without ever seeing what it is that they're eating, and they'll eat things like rodents that are buried under the snow. Really cool, and again, really worth a watch. You can see a clip, because these guys will push through snow at about sort of 2 foot deep.
Awesome.
That's sort of lemmings and mice that are in there.
Quickly, what is your favourite bird, Craig?
Oh, I've got a picture.
Is it Polly?
No.
Oh, sorry.
So I will just very quickly touch on hornbills. This is a great hornbill. This is my absolute favourite bird.
Can you keep still so we can see?
Sorry,
Thank
I'm
you.
just really excited. This picture doesn't do it justice. So
big
this
birds.
part around here would be black. This part here would be a sort of goldy yellow colour.
Oh,
And then
lovely.
this bit up here would be a yellow goldy colour, and this bit would be a sort of yellowy to white colour. It's very close. So these guys are what we call sexually dimorphic. So that means we can tell males from females, and the way to do that with this particular hornbill is by looking at the eyes. So if the eye is sort of red with a black pupil, you've got a male. So this picture is a male. If it was white and it had a black pupil, then that bird is actually a female. There's 57 species of hornbill. They're
Whoa.
found in Africa or in Asia. So 32 are found in Africa, and 27 are found in Asia. I think I've got that around the right way.
And
These
Craig
guys-
would have been in Thailand at these, but unfortunately, due to COVID, he's here with us. But I mean, I think we're winning, to be fair. Right, thank you so much, Craig. I'm just going to focus it at the fish, if that's okay. Thank you so much, Polly. And, oh, Laura, you missed Polly. I know you've seen. So we're going to have a look at fish now, quickly. Not everybody's favourite, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about them because they are fascinating. And everybody who knows me knows that I absolutely love my fish. So everybody knows that fish breathe through gills. But did you know that fish can be separated into 3 different groups? So you've got the chondric thighs, which are things like your sharks and your rays, and they have amazing skin, which is made out of tiny, tiny teeth called denticles. So when you touch it, it feels like sandpaper. And these guys have cartilage instead of bone. These guys in this tank here, they're bony fish, so they're part of the group osteichthyes. They have a skeleton in some of them because they are quite translucent. In here you can see they've got lovely fins. So the top ones, they're caudal fin, they've got their anal fin, dorsal fin, pelvic fin. Yeah, so they're awesome, aren't they? See if we can have a look at some of these other ones. The third group of fish are called agnatha, which are your rasping, scary looking fish like your hagfish and your lampreys. And we don't have anything like that here because we don't have the facilities for them. So there are So yeah, that's all about fish for today. I'm going to move the... Oh, we're back. Sorry, everybody. Camera. Internet connection's not doing very well today. I think IT are doing something with the Wi-Fi on site. So I do apologise if you've just missed me whittling on about fish. But we're going to join Abby again now to look at reptiles.
What we do, I just found out the answer to the question about penguins.
Oh, yes.
So in general, the average sort of dive time is 6 minutes, but emperor penguins, we saw a picture of, they can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes.
Ah, awesome. Awesome. We'll have a look at Shelley first, shall we?
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about reptiles in general and then just about the ones we've got. So, reptiles, we've got turtles, crocodilians, snakes, amphispinia, which means worm-like lizards, and turotaras. So that means that we have reptiles that look completely different. So if you think about it, snakes look very, very different to lizards.
Yeah.
And they're also found in many different climates. So they've all adapted these special, behavioural and physical characteristics for that. So I'm just going to want to have a little look at these guys today. Because, I think the person who's donated these to us is watching. So hello, Maria and Chris, if you are.
Yay! So these are leopard geckos.
So this is like traditional colour of a leopard gecko here. So this would be an example of a lizard reptile. You'll see from their enclosure they have these cages with these ceramic bulbs. So that is a heat source. That is because they are ectothermic. So it means,
what does that mean?
So it basically means that they're cold-blooded. So they have a very limited ability to maintain their body temperature. So they have to use like an external source. So we provide them with the heat equipment. So it can be a heat mat,
and they've all
ceramic
got
bowls,
UV lights.
And some of them will obtain heat through the sun, and some of them will be able to obtain heat from like warm rocks and stuff like that. So these guys are also a lizard, and you can see they're very, very different to the leopard geckos. So most lizard species or most reptilian species are insectivorous, so they'll eat insects, but they also are known to eat snakes, are carnivorous, and we also have some herbivorous lizards as well. So example of that would be an iguana. As we've said before, they have serrated gums, so it looks like a sort of black jaggedy shape around their gums.
Great for squashing insects.
Yeah, that's perfect for their diet. Reptile senses are all very different. So if we get Pandora, we might be able to get around.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at Pandora. We actually got a new snake recently, didn't we? We'll introduce you to our new snake.
So Pandora is our rawbird python. You'll see she's doing these tongue flicks. So snakes will use what's called a vomosal organ or a Jacobson's organ to help obtain scents of smell from around the environment. And that's above the soft palate, and that helps as like a communication method to help establish the atmosphere surroundings, and it helps them to obtain prey. think of a police camera when they're looking at body temperature. Things like pit vipers.
We've gone again.
Oh no.
I think it still says it's recording, so I think still keep going, and we'll
So
just.
things like pit vipers, which are nocturnal snakes, they use this like specially adapted infrared sense to help sense out their prey. And then the diurnal reptile species, like the bearded dragons, they have specially adapted eyes which help use light to help them. Oh, sorry,
Clarice is in the middle of shedding, so she looks absolutely terrible. Sorry guys, we keep cutting out. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi today.
It's not really used very much. Let's shoot the heat shedding as well. So reptile skin is very different to mammal skin. It's very thin, and it's not got all of the complex things like different layers like epididymis, dermis, all of that sort of stuff. They literally, when they're shedding, it's because they're growing. Basically, the new, so you can see him, he's slightly dull in colour. So this is Pyro, our corn snake. He's quite old. He's about 7 or 8 years old, so he's midway through his life, I would say. Is that right?
Yeah, we've had Pyro quite we as well.
The shedding basically happens because the new skin is pushing out, giving away the old skin, and then they shed that. If a snake is healthy, it will shed in a full, from head to tail, but lizards usually shed in little bits, like.
Have a full snake shed as well, because you can see their eye caps, can't you?
It's also a really useful tool for students that are scared of snakes, so they can hold the shed to get used to like what a snake would feel like.
Shelley's on the move. Let's have a look at our new snake, shall we?
Yeah.
So our new snake was kindly donated to us from Natasha, so thank you so much for donating her to us.
So this is a hognose snake.
So she likes to pretend that she's really fierce, so please don't be alarmed if she starts hissing at us, because she just does that. But once she's out, she's super, super friendly.
So what the hognose will also do is something that's called phenosis, so it's like a behavioural adaptation. What they do is they turn on their back, they emit a smell, and they pretend that they're dead, so this is a predatory defence, which is really, really useful. And they also...
I've already had her out today, so she might be a bit grumpy about...
I don't know, she might be a bit better.
Yeah. So they do they puff up and they hiss because they like to pretend they're big and scary. But actually, hognoses are quite well known for being friendly once you get them out. See if you can see her little face. Oh, I just booped her in the face. Can you see her little upturned nose? Oh, she's so cute.
Now she's out, she's not doing any of the hissing or puffing out, she's not pretending to be dead. But it's a really useful tool, having a hognose is in our centre to show the students like their different behaviour and how different she looks compared to the Royal Python.
Absolutely.
And the rat snake as well.
They're short and fat, aren't they? Short and fat. No offence, mate.
But she's absolutely beautiful, and thank you very much for donating her.
Yeah.
We absolutely love her.
So she's currently called Speedy, but we're thinking about renaming her because we generally rename the animals once they get here. So it's like here's your new life in your new cage with your new name. So if anybody's got any suggestions on a new name for the hognose, we generally name animals with the first letter of their species name, don't we? So an H name.
So if you would like to comment, and then maybe we'll put up the most common answers, and we can do like a poll.
Yeah.
We can all decide between us, so everyone who's watching now, if you've got any H names suitable for a hognose, that would be great.
Our rat snake Ghost is all about. The Ghost did actually come with his name, didn't it? Hello, Colin.
Ghost was called something else.
Oh, was Ghost? Oh, Ghost was called Gollum. I think we've gone again, to be honest with you, because nobody's saying anything. Hey, Colin, how are you?
He's loving his new climbing frame.
Hector. It's a girl, Matt. I mean, I guess you could have Hector as a girl's name. Yeah, I suggested. Did I suggest Harriet? I think I did. Yeah, I think I suggested Harriet. So this is Colin the chameleon. Now, Colin did come to us with a different name. His name is Archie, I think. But our vice principal is called Colin, and he's done so much to help support our department because we, when we first moved over from Newmarket to here, it was quite a difficult time for us because it was just really me and Abby and our friend Sam. So we named Colin after Colin, our vice principal, to say thank you. So that's the other thing we do, is we do tend to name our animals after people that have helped us out, really.
Drew the Daegu, Han the hamster.
Yeah, we've got Han the hamster, and we've got Andrew the Daegu, who's my boss, because he does a lot to help us out as well. This is Boo. So Boo did...
Yeah.
Boo's an adult bearded dragon. You see from his huge size, so he's shedding at the moment, which is why he's got this different coloration on his tail.
And I know
Hermione,
we've said it
like
before,
that.
But
Hey,
really,
Boo.
please, if you've got reptiles, please do not remove their shed. I cannot
Yeah,
stress it enough.
don't pull it
It
off.
causes issues. It can create injuries. It can be quite painful for them. Yeah, go in your hammock.
They're going for a little sleep.
So please don't do that. I'm going to feed some of the leopard geckos. Some
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Oh, sorry, Boo.
These ones will eat because they're quite.
Hey, handsome man.
They eat a lot.
Look at those beautiful eyes and that scaly little face. Mwah. Right, let's go see Abby feeding the leopard
This is their
geckos.
absolute favourite. It's funny because we're about to talk about these animals.
It's like Mars bars for people.
Absolutely love waxworms. Now this one is a massive feeder. So they did come in a group of 4 originally, but because they had such issues with feeding, we've separated them into 2 twos. You can eat. And we found that this has been much better. These 2 really got on. You can see that their tails are really fat, so the fatter the tail, the more healthy the leopard gecko. And this is because, if you think about it, one of their biggest predators is a bird.
Where are you going?
You can eat this. And so when a bird is looking at them, they don't know what end to go for. They can drop their tail, so it's 50-50 chance of high rate of survival. You can eat that. Oh yeah, there we go.
Ah, nom 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 nom. It's
They
like,
absolutely love them.
yeah, we try not to give them too many because they are really fattening. So it's like eating a Mars bar if you're a person. You don't want, I mean, as much as people probably do want to eat them all the time, they're not very good for you. So we try not to give them to them too often. They come in these pots. We've obviously put loads of food on top of it, but are you going to eat?
Do you want it? Yeah, licking your head.
No. So we're going to go to Craig next again. Hey, Craig. What are you going to talk to us about?
So we're going to talk about amphibians.
Cool, you can show us how the froglets are coming along.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look first.
The internet's gone again apparently, so we'll just keep going. So
We'll just keep going. Okay,
yeah.
so amphibians are split into 3 groups. So you've got frogs and toads, that's one of them. You've got newts and salamanders, which is the second. And the third is caecilians. So there are over to large African bullfrogs. Then you've got just under 600 species of mutant salamander. I think it's 500.
Whoa.
And then caecilians, which are really cool. I haven't got a picture, but definitely have a look. They're like long worms, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's 181 of those.
Sorry to all the people who keep asking me why we keep going. I have no control over the dip in and out of our Wi-Fi. We are in an animal centre, which is a very old building, and we have our own Wi-Fi in the building. But IT did pop over this morning and say that they were working on the Wi-Fi today. They did promise me they were going to wait until we finished. So
But you can re-watch the video, so it's still recording.
Yeah,
So
we're
there's
still
bits that
recording.
You're wanting to hear.
yes, we're still. Oh, there's my hand. I've nearly carried on with you. I'm just gonna try and. Oh, there we go. So some of the froglets are absolutely huge now. See if I can show you this guy. Yeah. So Craig's going to talk to us about amphibians.
So we've got 3 different species. So we've Oh yeah. 4 different species. So we've got the Amazonian milk frogs in here. We've also got White's tree frogs in here, and they are.
We'll go and have a look at the adult. What?
On the back there, look, Faye.
Oh, where can you
Oh
see?
yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, there.
They're over there.
See, very good camouflage. Very good camouflage.
We have the Pac-Man frog.
You like spy fingers?
Where
He
are
likes
you?
spot fingers over there.
Oh, at the back, there he is.
Yep.
Oh, it's a bit blurry, condensation on the glass. There we go. Pac-Man frog. He doesn't have a name yet either, actually, does he?
Have a look.
Oh, he does. We have this conversation all the time. I just forget all the time. What? Oh, God, it's happened again.
So you can see them a bit better. 'cause you don't really see
Craig, what makes amphibians then?
So they've got a semi-permeable skin, the majority of them. Most of them also sort of breed externally, so they'll spawn in water. With the exception of caecilians, they actually give birth.
You can see them a bit better now, because his big mouth.
Were you actually going to get them out?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
I can get
Hey.
Yeah,
All right, mate.
He's great. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, he's super cute. He's going to get huge as well. Gets about hand size. Sorry, we keep cutting out. Yeah, it's annoying. What is there anything else you want to tell us about frogs?
So you've got sort of different types of frogs. So these guys are arboreal. So these guys will spend all of their lifetime up in the canopy. But if we go to the fish tanks, we've got a sort of completely aquatic species of frog down here as well.
Ugh.
So even though they're both frogs, their lifestyles are so incredibly different.
Look at that frog butt.
So they'll have different diets as well. So we often get asked the differences between sort of frogs and toads. So generally speaking, frogs tend to have sort of wetter, slimier skin, and toads have sort of drier, bumpier skin. And frogs also have sort of longer legs for jumping. Obviously, if you look back at these baby Amazonian milk frogs, they're going to spend a lot of time up in the canopy out in South America. So they'll be jumping or sort of pinging from tree to tree. Whereas if you look at toads, they're sort of more of a terrestrial species, so they spend more of their time on the floor. So they don't really need to have the sort of jumping ability that these frogs do.
No, they also have webbed feet, don't they?
Yes.
You can't really. It's a shame we can't see more on that one. There we go. Yeah. Oh. So the last group we're going to be looking at are invertebrates, and understandably, a lot of people don't like invertebrates. So if you don't like tarantulas, etc., then you're welcome to leave us. How long do frogs live for?
I think again it depends between the different species.
Where's the mama frog? She's actually one of these guys or girls. We've got 2 females and a male in here.
So males have the nuptial pads, which is sort of how you discriminate. How you
Differentiate?
Yeah, that's the one. And different style bodies as well. Yeah. Bodies. Completely got the word around the wrong way.
It's fine. It's Wednesday. We've been working for 3 days, and then you did the weekend as well, didn't you? Yeah. So really, really tricky to keep them to do it. So the last one we're looking at then, guys, I've been crying because Polly the parrot made me laugh so much, so I do apologise. So the last group we're looking at are invertebrates. They are a huge group. Apparently over 97% of the whole of the animal kingdom are actually part of the invertebrate category. So there are loads of... we don't have a massive amount of invertebrates in the animal centre, but I'll show you a few of what we have away. So there's over 30 different types of phyla within the invertebrate category. So we've got arthropods here, so that's insects, spiders, arachnids and things like that. And we've got 2 different types of scorpion, and we've also got some tarantulas as well. So I'll show you one of our scorpions.
You can go in there.
This is Dwayne. He's our rock scorpion.
Great name, great name.
Great name, great name. And then we've also got our forest scorpion, which we've called Gump, but he's quite small and he gets a bit lost in this enclosure. He's actually the same colour as the floor as well, which is a bit tricky to spot him sometimes.
Your fingers in that hide, because he probably is inside on the left-hand side, because he pokes his claws out when you're spraying, so just be really careful. Mention the pincers and the stinger, Sarah.
You can.
Okay,
Tell me.
So with scorpions, if you're ever out in, I don't know, Africa, South America, Asia, if you come across a scorpion that has really, really small pincers, don't pick it up. Not that you should be picking up scorpions anyway. That normally means that the sort of stinger is going to pack a lot more of a punch than what it would do if the scorpion had bigger claws. So if you look at an emperor scorpion, they've got really big pincers. So their sort of stinger won't. I'm trying to think of the really dangerous species, the African.
Oh, they're on the dangerous... So in the UK, we have the Dangerous Wild Animals list. And if you want to own an animal which is considered dangerous, you obviously have to have a licence to do so. And these types of scorpion are actually on the Dangerous Wild Animals list. And I can't remember for the life of me. I think they begin with a B. I can't remember, but they begin with a B. And you can't have them unless you've got a Dangerous Wild Animals licence to do so.
Get one for Polly.
Yeah, we'd have to have one for Polly. So another type of invertebrate that we have in the animal centre is the, I don't know if I can even see any, hermit crabs. I don't even know if I can see any though. So sometimes they hide at the top. We also have domino cockroaches, which Abby's got on her hand here. So obviously called domino cockroaches because of this cool pattern on their shells. So another cool thing about invertebrates, especially arthropods, are that they have segmented bodies and they have these hard exoskeletons. So you can see some of them can fly. So this guy's got wings, so he could fly. His wing casings aren't actually that long, so I don't know if he could fly, to be honest with you.
I don't think sorry, mate.
He's off. And then we do have lots of different, well, we've got five species of tarantula. So this is our zebra leg. We won't get them out today. So this is a zebra leg, very pretty. Craig's actually redone their enclosures lately, so they do look amazing. So tarantulas, 8 legs. They've got these 2 fantastic little legs at the front called pedipalps, which help them to feel their way as they're moving around their enclosure. They are very beautiful. You can see they've got these gorgeous little hairs on them. If you want to see us hold the tarantulas, our exotics video, which I think was video number 3, we did some fantastic handling with the tarantulas. The zebra leg tried to climb up my arm. This is our Mexican red knee. So obviously you can see similar pattern, but this guy's got the lovely red coloration on him. They do look really tiny. They're actually pretty much the size of your palm, but they, yes, that's right, Matt, thank you. That was driving me up the wall. Yeah, but that is right. And then this is our Chili Rose. Rosie, obviously very apt name. So she's the most sort of timid out of our tarantulas. So if we're doing handling with the students, we'll get Rosie out first and let the students get used to holding her first. We have a pumpkin patch, but this guy is absolutely tiny and actually hides underneath all the substrate, so we wouldn't be able to see her. And then we have got a really tiny spiderling, which I'll show you as well, which is an Antilles pink toe. I don't know if you can see right down the bottom there. So here's my finger, so you can see the size difference. So this is an Antilles pink toe. You can actually see her fangs there. That little bit of lighter coloration is where she's got her 2 little fangs. She's a really beautiful blue colour, kind of a real hint of green as well. She is called an Antilles pink toe because she will have, once she fully develops, lovely pink toes or pink coloration at the end of her feet. But she's absolutely tiny at the moment. On the top of her abdomen, she has these lovely stripes as well, but you can't see very well. When she's bigger, we'll get her out, but at the moment she is so small, I don't dare do it, to be honest with you. And then we've got African land snails as well. Oh, there's one on a mission at the front here, look. So these are a type of mollusk. Hello. There we go. Interesting little creatures. So we've got 4 in there. They're great pets actually because they just eat veg, so you don't have to catch insects or anything for them. Just have to keep them nice and humid. Did you say you found a hermit crab for us?
I'm just waiting for him to
come out.
But
we'll have a quick look. Oh, poor connection again. We're not winning today.
So this is one of the hermit crabs. You can see the purple pincer.
Hey!
The Caribbean purple pincered hermit crabs.
So we have 3, don't we?
They're super hard to breed. So
Yeah.
most commonly when people have them,
They are wild
they
caught,
are
aren't they?
wild caught. So just, if you are ever going to look into getting exotic pets, quite a lot of them are wild caught. And obviously so it's a lovely little frame that he's got. Oh, look at him, he's like, oh my god, he's got to get out.
Hey Colin. So obviously Colin's not an invertebrate. Colin is a reptile. He's a panther chameleon. Here we go. Colin always wants to come out for a cuddle.
So again, when we were talking about reptiles, he's very different to the other lizards that we've looked at.
Not an actual
Even
cuddle.
Look at his feet.
Yeah, so because he's got these really special adaptations on his feet. I don't know if you can see his little nails. Ooh.
Very similar feet to parrots as well.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And then he's got his
Lego
tail
hands.
as well.
And his prehensile tail, so like monkeys, prehensile tail, you'll notice in a lot of
Hey,
monkey
Colin.
species they can actually withhold their whole body weight. They have a pad on the inside and it actually has a unique fingerprint, but it's actually a tail print.
Do we have an insect for Colin?
There's loads in here.
So we can feed. We might actually be able to see if he'll have some water as well.
Try that, it wasn't that.
Oh, was he not? He wasn't keen. we'll give him an insect. So
And
you
he's
can
also
see.
got another thing that's different with him with lizards, chameleons with lizards. You can see their eyes are moving independently.
Absolutely.
So I would like to give anyone the challenge to try and move their eyes independently because we can't do that. You can have a little. What is it? What is it?
He's not so sure today, are you, Colin? Maybe he doesn't want to eat on camera. Maybe he's shy.
Shines on a dial.
Yeah, camera shy.
This guy's eating those.
Is he?
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, so obviously because we've got no students at the moment, we've got a bit more time to do things. So we've been changing their enclosure. So Craig's made this really cool climbing frame for him. And basically we use apple wood or so any kind of fruit trees, nut trees, things like that. And then we can either cable tie the wood together or we can drill the wood together.
He's coming back out.
Oh, Colin, we can't have you out all the time. So Colin's an insectivore. So Colin eats insects. He doesn't eat any fruit and veg or anything else. He just eats insects. So we give him a good wide variety of insects. So what Laura just had and Craig just had was a cricket. And then we've got Ghost, which is another reptile, but obviously a snake. And Ghost eats mice, or rats, actually, because of the size of him. I don't know if you can see. He's actually a very large snake, so he will
He's
eat.
a rat snake as well,
Yeah, and
so-
he's a rat snake. Yeah, so he'll have a large rat.
So he won't have serrated gums like lizards. He's actually got, fangs to help him eat.
Yeah, so he will eat once a week because he eats such a large meal, whereas Colin will eat every other day or every day. We do give them starve days to sort of reflect how they would eat in the wild because obviously they don't eat every day. It's our new little hoggy, look. One of the fruit flies has managed to get its way into his enclosure and drown in the water, which is nice. Hog noses are so cool. Look at his beautiful little face.
They're real venomous as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So they're technically venomous. So he's rear-fanged though. So for him to actually inject you with any venom, he'd have to really want to bite you. They'd have to really rasp down on your hand to inject you with any sort of venom. And the venom isn't going to cause you any sort of uncomfortable feeling either, really. It's just the same sort of as a bee sting, so it's not anything terrible. Louise, no, we don't feed them live animals. That's against the law. It's against the 5 animal needs because mice are protected by the 5 animal needs and the Animal Welfare Act 2006 because they are vertebrates. Unfortunately, invertebrates aren't covered, but vertebrates are. So I know. So we don't feed live animals now. We feed them mice that we purchase from our live food place. They sell us frozen rats and frozen mice. So
Cluster together if you want to try. Look how big one of them is.
hey. So that's because one's female, one's male.
Look.
So, yeah, we've lost connection again. It's frustrating today. I don't know what is going on. Hey, Shelley. Yeah, Laura, can you tell us what we're doing next week?
Yeah, so next week's session is going to be based on behaviour, and what we're actually doing this evening, the 4 of us are having a little night session. We're going to be observing the behaviour of some of our nocturnal species and crepuscular species. So they're the animals that are active at night, or crepuscular, which is the from our mammals. So you'll notice that when we go around and we're videoing in the mammal room, in the tanks, there's not a lot of action happening because they're all asleep because it's the daytime.
Yeah.
And one of the questions we have is why do the chinchillas poo so much?
Yeah, well, since we've had our new chinchillas, they are absolutely, they create a lot of mess and we want to find out why. But if we head over to the tanks,
Yeah.
obviously we've got quite a lot of hamsters, and hamsters aren't particularly active during the day, so it would be nice to see what these guys are like.
Yeah, we froze. So just to recap, we're sleeping in the animal centre tonight, aren't we, Laura?
To do a nocturnal behaviour study.
Yeah.
So let's head over to our German Jabatas. So these are our two of our enclosures for our German Jabatas. So you can have a look at the pictures to see what they actually look like. So that's a lesser Egyptian Jabata. We've got 2 of those, and we've got 2 Jeds as well, but they're solitary, so we've got another enclosure for them as well. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hopefully setting up cameras, and we're going to be in here monitoring the behaviour ourselves. So hopefully we're going to be putting on a couple of videos that will show you the sort of behaviour that we find from these animals over our night study. We've also got the dormice
Yeah.
With the
We've got one of
babies.
them in here with the guys, but we've also got another enclosure which has mum and babies in there as well. And then also you've got like the Davy's pretty active at the moment, but they
Yeah.
might be active in the night as well. The rats, and some of our reptiles as well. So like our crested geckos, they might be a bit more active at nights as well.
We're very excited actually because we don't usually get the opportunity to do things like night studies, but obviously,
behavioural observations.
and
It's the
behavioural
students that do
observations,
it,
because the students do it usually within our lessons. So we're really excited to be able to do it together as a team. So obviously the 4 of us are going to be sleeping here tonight. Wish us luck because we're sleeping on the cold floor, and we do have air beds. But yeah, so it'll be really exciting. So we can't wait to show you whatever results we come up with. But we're going to go now because unfortunately that's our time up. But we'll be back next week with a session on animal behaviour. And we'll see you then. So stay safe, everybody.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Boom.